the chairman of our Veterans Affairs Committee, Mr. Takano, who's played such a key role in this, and noting also that the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America are supporting this bill and supporting Mr. Takano. Mr. Takano, I yield 4 minutes.
Gentleman from California, Mr. Takano, is recognized for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Chairwoman Lofgren, for your leadership, and thank you, Chairman Nadler, for your staunch support to move this, to move my bill, the Veterans Service Recognition Act, through committee and to bring it to the floor. As chairman of the House Committee on Veterans Affairs, one of my top priorities has been the prevention of undue non-citizen veteran deportations. Most Americans would be shocked and in disbelief that we've deported people who have served in our military, have served in uniform, have even been in combat. They would be shocked to learn that we have done this, but it is true. We have actually taken American heroes who have served in our military, and we have deported them. While many would be shocked to learn that veterans who have served our country are being subjected to deportations, the number of these individuals is unknown because we have not kept adequate records on who these people are. In 2019, Representative Vargas and I requested that the Government Accountability Office evaluate the scope of service member and veteran deportations and to determine the state of and adherence to DHS policies on such deportations, DHS's own policies. What the GAO found was significant gaps, not only in the federal approach to processing potentially removable veterans, but also in how the government facilitated the naturalization of non-citizen service members and veterans. I was further dismayed by the additional findings that the number of these veterans were not being tracked. Deportation often prevented these individuals from accessing their VA benefits and services or attend hearings to appeal VA decisions, and that ICE did not consistently adhere to its own policies on removal proceedings involving veterans. The GAO report made it abundantly clear that reforms are desperately needed across the federal government, and that is precisely what my bill endeavors to do today. Despite being born in a different country, these veterans served in the United States for the promise of a better future. They put their lives on the line to promote our ideals and values because they believe in the American experience. And often these individuals, like many veterans, leave service with traumas or ailments that impact their physical and mental health. This can lead to drug addiction, self-harm, or PTSD, which also can serve as a precursor to violence or criminal activity. We must recognize these struggles that our veterans face and show greater compassion toward those who may have made a mistake, including those non-citizen veterans who are facing deportation due to their actions. And I say to you, Mr. Speaker, if there's anyone who deserves a second chance in our country, it is people who have worn the uniform of the United States of America. The Veterans Service Recognition Act creates a pathway for us to recognize their service and prevent the undue deportation of service members and veterans. The bill achieves this by making the naturalization process easier for active duty service members at basic training, establishing a military Family Immigration Advisory Committee to review the record of an individual being considered for deportation. This is not an automatic thing. This is about weighing the service member's record as part of those proceedings. What American would deny that we should treat veterans, non-citizen veterans, with fairness and compassion? We want veterans to be able to apply for green cards to return home and excluding the most egregious cases, and codify an administrative program for immediate family members of veterans to also obtain green cards consistent with existing administrative policy. The number of eligible individuals under this legislation remains a very small subset of the veteran population. In fact, estimates are in the couple of hundreds. Madam Speaker.
I yield an additional 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Gentleman's recognized for 30 seconds.
For my friends across the aisle, this is an opportunity to honor our brave veterans for their heroism, regardless of the country they were born in. We commemorate Veterans Day. We commemorated Veterans Day last month, and I can think of no better way to honor our veterans than voting yes on the underlying legislation. We can and must do better by our immigrant veterans. Thank you, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Ms. Lofgren reserves. Mr. McClintock.